Discord. But yeah, so here's an overview of how our club works. So basically what we do is we pitch games and then we form teams. We'll educate the team. So if you're new, we'll help teach you. We'll usually like make a playable demo and then we play test the demo. We iterate on that, repeat that. And then finally at the end of the semester, we showcase our games, and I will go into more detail about that. Okay, so yeah, the first thing is that we like to pitch games, and the pitch form will be due January 31st. So that is in like 4 days. So let's say you have an idea for a game. It could be anything. You could rip off Ultimate Chicken Horse. You could come up with a new game. We had epic game Panarctica, which was like a shooter where you got to jump from a Zeppelin. You got to jump out of a Zeppelin.
Basically, it was like, okay, so you guys know Professor Cosby, right? He's 112 professor. He whispers commands into your ear. You jump across a Zeppelin. You kill everyone on board. It blows up. You steal an iPad, and then you jump from the Zeppelin.
Yeah, so basically the sky is the limit when it comes to games. If you have an idea, you could think about pitching it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and basically next week we will be actually showcasing the pitches, but as a whole you have about 12 weeks to make a game. And so this is CMU and you guys have a lot of homework, and also game dev takes a lot of time, so it will be tough. And also if you have a team, you'll have to coordinate a lot of people. So yeah, it is a very difficult process, but if you stick with it, it will be worth it. But yeah, that's why you want to pitch games that are a little bit smaller in scope. So you could make sort of games like these, in particular Ultimate Chicken Horse. Like if you make a platformer, basically if you just make a bunch of objects, you can stick it in the game. So like it's best to have a game where you can guarantee that in a short amount of time you have something that at least works, because it's the worst thing in the world whenever your game doesn't work.
Also, you don't have to pitch a game. You can always join somebody else's project. And usually we get around 5 to 7 pitches. So there's a lot to choose from in terms of what type of game you want to work on. So yeah, you definitely don't need to pitch.
Okay, but yeah, if you do want to pitch, there is a pitch form. It is in the Discord. And you'll basically create some slides, and you also fill out a comprehensive form. And this semester we are requiring multiple team leads because we really want to help you guys who are not experienced with game dev. We want to help you get good at it. Okay, and yeah, as I alluded to, the pitch fair, it will occur 1 week from now, Friday, February 3rd from 6 to 8 in Doherty 210. There will be more pizza. So if you guys like the pizza today, there will be more of it.
It's 2210, but yes.
Did I say something else? Okay, yeah, it's there. And yeah, basically you'll go and you'll see all of the pitches, and you'll get to fill out a form and choose which one you want to go on. Yeah, and this is also the most important meeting of the semester, because you got to know it's best to know what the game is that you're joining. Yeah, okay, so after you watch the pitches and join a team, you'll have to learn a game engine. And the most common game engines today are Unreal, Godot, and in particular Unity is very popular. If you guys are interested, we'll be having tutorials on Sunday, February 5th, maybe. And yeah, we'll basically just go over all the game engines if games have them. Yeah, and this is for people who are not experienced with it, so you can kind of get a general idea of how they work going in. Yeah, and then we also have a lot of resources available. We have like many guides that we can link you to. We also have a bunch of assets, and we can even use club funds to buy assets if you guys like see a 3D model online that you want to stick in a game and you just want to buy it. Yeah. So yeah, after you form your teams, you'll be developing the games, and you'll also want to play test them so they're good. And yeah, we do, as you work on the games on Sundays from, it can go as long as 2 to 6. Historically, teams usually will just work for like 2 hours from like 2 to 4 on Sundays or any other day in the week. But yeah, that's when you'll work. And then we'll also be doing play testing nights. on Fridays?
Yeah, IDA plays testing every Friday. You submit a form to have other people play test your games. And there are also snacks there if you want to play test other people's games.
Yeah, and there will be experienced people there to help you take out your game if you need that. Okay, and then partway through the semester, about a third into it, we will have checkpoints. The first of which is alpha, and basically, you'll just kind of show off like everything you have so far. The deadlines are nice because you'll want to push to show the club what great work you guys have done. And it is March 3rd, and that seems like it's a long way off, but it comes very quickly, especially because after that you realize, oh no, we have no time. Our game is in shambles. But hopefully by then you'll have a great game. And then, yeah, it should be playable. That's a good goal to achieve. And yeah, and then after that, about 2/3 through the semester, we have our beta checkpoint. And the game should look a lot closer to completion. And it is on the last day of March, in that it tends to come quickly, especially right after alpha. Yeah, and then finally, on the last day of the semester, on the last day of classes, is release. And basically, we'll all gather. I believe this semester it's in the Conan room in the UC.
Yep.
And a bunch of people will come check out the cool games you guys have made. And there will be more food, not just pizza, but way more great food. And then we also have, if you guys came to the club fair yesterday, you would have seen an arcade cabinet that we have, which has a lot of our GCS games on it. So yeah, and there's also a lot more stuff that goes on at the release. And then further, at the very end of release, we usually do awards for games. In particular, we've done awards for like best art, best sound and music, best technology. So like very like cool programming things that you've done. And then we also do a GCS Gold Award for people's favorite. So yeah, that's something cool that you can work towards so you can end in the pantheon of GCS games. Yeah. Okay, and then one more thing, if you guys came here to pitch a game to make the big bucks, we unfortunately don't want you to really sell the games, especially because a lot of if you make a game here, it kind of falls under CMU, and CMU is mean about like copyright. And
Yeah,
stuff.
actually, we want you to make the big bucks, but CMU don't want you to use their room to make the big bucks and don't give them any cuts, so.
So like,
Yeah,
use someone else's apartment.
yeah. And yeah, so we don't support any games that like publish on Steam while you're charging for like certain amount of money to buy the games, but you can publish it for free.
Giga Chad question.
Wait, by that one.
You guys can help. You can become a producer, and then you can learn how to manage and delegate tasks to people. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, so this is the general schedule, just to reiterate. Our info session is today. Yeah, we also have our pitch fair 1 week from now. We have our alpha checkpoint, then beta, then pre-release, which is like a playtest thing right before release, and then we have release. So yeah, in Game Creation Society, we also do many other fun activities, such as shirts.
That's an activity.
Yeah, one of our favorite activities is shirts. So we do have merch that you can buy from us. Where's the merch?
Come to our money guide to buy shirts and hoodies.
Give me money.
Merch. Yeah.
Very
Pretty
cool. You
cool.
all should buy. They're
Yes.
very cool.
The hoodies are pretty fun.
Yeah, and we also do t-shirt contests. So if you like to make shirts, you can submit a design, and then if your design wins, you get a free shirt or hoodie. So yeah. Okay.
Next slide.
So as we mentioned, we do have speakers come in, and a lot of people really like the talent at CMU. So there are many opportunities if you're in the club. We don't talk about it. I think it's still in the process because it might be in Monopoly, but yeah, we also like to do GCS game nights. So
That's
Yeah.
not updated time, but
yeah,
usually it's every Friday where we don't have an event such as alpha or beta. We're planning on having like competitions of like just people coming in and play the games, and whoever wins the tournament of rotating games can get a game of their choosing
And all,
under a certain budget.
yeah, and also, I have a VR and I have Among Us VR, and if anyone else has VR, we can play Among Us VR together. Yeah. Sus. Yeah, if you're not on the mailing list, there will be a code. This is the code for the mailing list. We'll show this slide at the very end so you can scan
We
it.
should have you guys scan this right now.
Okay, yeah, or that.
Yes, we'll take an
Yeah.
intermission break of scanning.
Yeah.
QR codes.
Take out your phones and scan the code to go on our mailing list.
Yes.